All right, now we're on to meal planning and macro tracking. So throughout this module, we will learn to calculate and track macronutrients needs based on your individual goals and your individual body, and you'll be able to develop balanced meal plans that align with your macro targets, use tracking tools to monitor food intake and ensure consistency. We'll go through the actionable steps, and your goal takeaway should be to be able to gain knowledge on how to develop a personalized macro plan and effectively track your food to achieve your fitness goals. Now, there will be nutrition examples and meal guides on examples in the bonus modules on just so you have an example of what a meal plan might look like. And I might even potentially create a done for you meal plan for you, the person listening to this, if you want. So pre and post workout nutrition. So pre-workout, consume a decent amount of carbohydrates before exercise to replenish glycogen stores, providing energy for performance. Include a moderate amount of protein, can prime muscles for recovery. It's advisable to eat 30 to 60 minutes before exercising to allow for digestion and to include very minimal fats as they can take a while to digest. So an example of this, oatmeal with some protein powder and a banana. That's as simple as it is. Not too many carbohydrates, not too much protein, just a little bit. Wait 30, 60 minutes before working out and you'll be sweet to go. You'll have a good pump, everything. So it's as simple as that. I literally just have a simple banana, some honey, and maybe some rice cakes, and that's all you really need to do. So post-workout, after exercise, the body is primed to absorb nutrients. So this is where you want to primarily have protein and carbohydrates again to enhance your muscle repair and replenish your glycogen that you've used from your workout. So the post-workout meal should be consumed within 2 hours of training for optimal benefits. Although this window doesn't really matter that much. You can have it just as long as you're having consistent meals throughout the day of protein and carbohydrates and just consistent balanced meals that will achieve your goals, your macronutrient goals. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. And consuming fats in your meals post-workout is fine unless you're an athlete training 2 or more times a day. So, example, grilled chicken with rice and vegetables. Now, this also doesn't matter that much. It just means you'll have to wait for the fats to digest for a bit longer before you can work out. Otherwise, if you're anything like me, it can make you feel a bit dizzy, a bit, out of whack, because your body hasn't finished digesting food before you've worked out. So if you're in a more ketogenic diet, pre-workout would just literally just be some protein, some eggs, like beef mince, maybe some greens, maybe banana as well. That's really all it needs to be. And if you're on one of these ketogenic diets or carnivore or higher meat based, and you're wanting to avoid carbs, but I would always recommend having a little bit of carbs just before, you work out, because carbs are quite essential and crucial for, having a good workout. So meal timing. Distributing meals evenly throughout the day helps maintain stable blood sugar levels and provides a steady supply of nutrients to support metabolic functions, energy levels, and protein synthesis. So this basically is the most important factor. You don't need to specifically time your meals before and after your workouts. It can help a little bit, but making sure your meals are evenly distributed throughout the day is probably the most important factor. And I don't really even eat breakfast, so I just wait till lunchtime. I have my first meal, which is just beef mince, eggs, and some meat, and maybe a fruit, some salad, stuff like that. And maybe in the morning I might have a protein shake just to keep the muscle protein synthesis up until I eat lunch, but ultimately it doesn't matter that much. God, sorry if I'm sneezing so much through these modules. I'm slightly sick as I'm recording this, so my apologies. So, making sure your nutrition is enjoyable. Now, make sure your meals that you are eating are what you enjoy to eat, because it will be hard to maintain a strict 24/7 diet on foods that you don't enjoy. So allow yourself to have a treat every once in a while. Obviously, don't eat like straight garbage. Have like a treat, as in like be able to eat like I don't even know, like some peanut butter, or like don't go for like just a flat out donut or like a chocolate bar, because it won't destroy your gains, but it's like the dopamine level is it's allowing yourself to understand again what those nice foods and addictive foods that are specifically made in order to taste nice. You'll remember what it tastes like, and then you will want to crave for those foods again after being on a diet. So when you're on a diet, try to you can have treats, so go out of your diet range, maybe go over your calories a little bit, go under, whatever. Have another protein shake, or go out and eat a nice dinner, go out eat a nice lunch. Those are what I mean by treats. So treat yourself to going out. So it'll make it easier to stick with your diet, especially. You can use the 80-20 rule, 80% whole nutrient-dense foods, 20% enjoyable treats. So restaurant grade foods, which are, can be typically unhealthier, but it's fine. Treat this as a treat. Have it every once in a while. Go out with your friends, go out with people that you like and enjoy spending time with, and treat that as a treat. So, tracking food and macro intake. Firstly, how to track your macros. So the simplest way is to use a macro calculator, such as this one. So you basically just go on this, go in here, put all your details in, your goals, moderate exercise, extreme weight gain, and it gives you this entire thing of what you need each and every day. So a 25-year-old male, 180 centimeters, 65 kilograms, who exercises 4 to 5 times a week and wants to gain 2 pounds or 1 kilogram of weight per week, they need to have 209 grams of protein, 400 carbs, 90 grams of fat. You get what I mean. Try to keep the saturated fats decent, sugars minimal, and that'll be your calories per day. So, and you can also, click one of these things up here for higher protein or low fat, low carb. It doesn't really reduce the carbs by that much, but 375 better. It increases the fats, which is probably what you want. So a lower carb, higher fat, probably what you want for higher protein as well. And this is what you want for high testosterone, stuff like that. So you can also use the Harris-Benedict calculator. So this one here, age, height, you basically put that in, and then it will give you, so I'll just put in 70 kgs. It'll give you a metabolic rate of this much. So that's your base, rate, and then you could calculate total energy expenditure. So light exercise would be this much, total energy expenditure, there you go. And then you basically just build your routine around how much energy expenditure you have per day. So then you can do that. But this one's just easier because it gives you flat out how many calories you need a day, roughly around this. Look, and if you're 65 kgs, which is what, 165 pounds, you don't need to go hold on, let me go. You don't need to go this high in protein. You can stay lower around 160 grams instead. But I mean, going 200 grams isn't terrible. So it gives you the range here, 84 to 292. So you can stay in these ranges, preferably go the lower side of carbs, higher side of protein, higher side of fats, and keeping your energy and your calories a day roughly the same. If you're notice you're gaining weight, good. But if you're not, increase it a bit. If you're cutting, for example, this one, weight loss. So it'd give you 1,900 calories a day, which for me, that would make me lose weight. So I'd put this up to like 75. 2,000, yeah, that'd make me lose weight. So this is useful. The protein though, keep the protein range always, you know, there we go, 175. So this is what you want. You can click the high protein, keep the fats higher, carbs lower, and you know, calories will be lower and you'll start to lose weight. So that's that. Now what you can also use is fitness apps, because they'll usually be able to calculate your macros as well based on the information you put in. So you can manually calculate them, but the macro calculator will just do it for you, so it can be easier. So why do we even want to track our macros? So it'll ensure consistency and precision in achieving our fitness goals, as it will prevent overeating and undereating, as well as helping to identify eating patterns and habits to allow for adjustment when needed. It makes sure that macro goals have been hit, such as the goal of 170 grams of protein in a day. It will also allow you to understand if you have extra room to eat certain things you might want on the day while staying in your macro range. So for example, you've hit your protein goal of 170 and you have 300 calories left until you're over your max calorie allowance. You can then have some maybe extra veggies or some extra meat that is 300 calories, or a protein shake maybe, that can improve your workout and muscle growth for the next day, and in turn burn more calories. So tools, apps like MyFitnessPal and the new AI food trackers are pretty good ways to track food intake and macros, although they're not always going to be 100% accurate, so account for that. This is true unless you log the macros and intake manually from the food, but even then it's not 100% accurate. So you can log your intake by weighing your food using a kitchen scale for precise measurements, or there are barcode scanners in food tracking apps, but this is for packaged foods only, so Whole Foods won't work. Now, food labels. You need to make sure you understand food labels because it's important. So understanding your calories per serving, 8 servings per container, serving size is 2-3 cups, which is 55 grams. So this is how many calories are in 55 grams. And that's basically how you can weigh it. So if you got this item out, weighed it 55 grams, it'd have roughly 230, the fats and protein, 3 grams, etc. And these trans fats, you want to limit these, cholesterol, sodium, limit it. This is your daily value. So this is the amount that you would receive from this, the daily amount of nutrients that you would need as a human from this. This is so saturated fat, 5% of my daily intake would come from this item if I ate 1 serving. So you want to get enough of these nutrients, and the footnote, so it's pretty simple, but you do have to note that these nutritional labels can be up to 20% inaccurate, so take that into consideration, although should be pretty accurate. Important is make sure to check the ingredient list of everything you buy and stay away from processed or added ingredients such as artificial sweeteners. Everything you buy should have very low ingredients, i.e. keep to whole foods. Protein bars and products that say like high protein and also taste very good are usually quite bad for you, and have, like, if you look at the ingredients, it's probably over like 20. So stay away from those, please. Stay away from those, please. Now, you'll probably be mistaken that if you have extra calories in a day, you can go and eat a treat like a donut or some other trash food. No, it's not the case, because trash food will not fuel your body for your next workout. Vegetables, for example, will, as they are a healthy carb source, and they'll fuel your muscles with the energy and glucose it needs for working out the next day. So you need to stay away from or limit sugars as much as possible, as it slows down your metabolism and significantly, and it's just pure garbage for your body. Take my word on this. Sugars are bad. They're the devil's nutrient. Terrible. So, practical application. Calculate your sample meal plan creation. Design a day's meal plan that aligns with your calculated macros. Ensure a balance of nutrients and inclusion in your preferred foods. So, here's a case study. A 20-year-old, 5'10", 170 pound individual aiming to gain 1 pound per week. Estimated is 2,800 calories, 170 grams, 350 grams of protein, fats 78 grams. Meal plan, which is a rough estimate. Here you go. Here's an example. So, oatmeal with banana and protein powder, scrambled eggs, Greek yogurt, grilled chicken, avocado, etc., etc., etc. This all comes down to all within line of the goals. Proteins over, which is a good thing. Carbs, roughly in line. Fats, slightly over, but it's better to have more fats, more protein. The more you have, the better. You'll have the pre and post workout meals before and after your workout, whenever it is in the day. So your pre-workout and post-workout, whenever. You have that before your workout, after your workout. And these are very basic and delicious meals right here that you can make to easily get to your macro and intake goals, and it doesn't not have to be complicated. So these are very easy. Just grilled chicken, brown rice, steamed veggies, avocado slices. The snack is protein shake with almond butter and banana, Greek yogurt with honey and berries, salmon, canola, roasted sweet potatoes, mixed greens, olive oil, cottage cheese, handful of almonds. It's literally simple. Just go to the supermarket, buy a bunch of packets of these. You can just prep it. Extremely easy. Or just cook it on the day. These are all extremely easily preparable. So, yeah. And what you can do, right, is once you've calculated your macronutrients from the calculator I gave you above, you can use an AI like ChatGPT and input all your macronutrient data and ask it to create a meal plan that is easily preparable for you. You can then adjust it with your own food preferences and or dietary preferences, like, for example, keto-based diet. It's that simple. That's all you really need to know on meal planning and prepping. But make sure you're getting enough protein, enough fats, and carbs. But if you're on a keto diet, then, limit the carbs. And I'll go into it more in the next module on supplements and other diets. So I'll meet you there. Alrighty, see ya.